Hello, my name is Lynn Yaffe, and I head up EPR-Technologies. Imagine you or a loved one is in a serious auto accident. You're severely traumatized. You're bleeding heavily. The paramedics arrive. The loss of blood is massive. The paramedics administer IV fluids, but to no avail. You go into cardiac arrest. CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, chest compressions, and mouth-to-mouth breathing is started. Defibrillation is done repeatedly, but the paramedics cannot get your heart started. You're pronounced dead. Or imagine there's a mass shooting incident at a school, a church, or some entertainment venue. You're shot and bleeding. You go into cardiac arrest from the loss of blood. In the chaos, bystanders begin CPR. The paramedics arrive, but continued CPR and defibrillation cannot get your heart restarted. You're pronounced dead at the scene. Similarly, for a severely injured combat casualty, bleeding to the point of cardiac arrest, no time for adequate CPR, which would probably fail anyway because of the massive blood loss, you're pronounced killed in action. Or you suffer sudden cardiac arrest because of a cardiac arrhythmia from coronary artery disease, for example. Again, bystanders start CPR, but even paramedics cannot get your heart restarted. You're pronounced dead. These scenarios make the tragic point that when CPR fails, as it does in the vast majority of serious trauma and sudden cardiac arrest victims, you're dead because currently there are little to no alternatives, next procedures, or techniques to buy time to save that life. Aside from the death of a loved one, unrecoverable trauma and sudden cardiac arrest victims are responsible for an enormous loss of potential economic productivity in the tens of billions annually, more than heart disease in general, diabetes, and cancer combined. Trauma could strike any one of us, anytime, anywhere, and sudden cardiac arrest could be the result of an undiagnosed cardiac disease that only first manifests as an unrecoverable cardiac arrest event. Now, what EPR technology is designed to do is provide one more chance for life when CPR fails by inducing rapid, profound hypothermia, a delay in resuscitation, buying time for transport to a trauma center, followed by surgical repairs, then resuscitation. This approach and capability were developed at the Sever Center for Resuscitation Research, University of Pittsburgh, by Dr. Peter Sever, who was considered the father of cardiopulmonary resuscitation. He died in 2003, but the research and development in EPR has continued to the present, funded by the U.S. military. EPR-Technologies was formed then. A human clinical trial has been approved by the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, and is ongoing at Maryland Shock Trauma in Baltimore. EPR induction techniques and products are designed to rapidly cool one's vital organs and then the entire body down to 10 degrees centigrade, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, where at that profound hypothermic temperature, the brain and body require no oxygen for 3+ hours, buying time for transport and surgical repairs, followed by resuscitation. The EPR procedures have worked very well in large animal studies, providing the FDA the necessary basis for a human clinical trial. Early results in the most severely traumatized individuals have demonstrated that rapid, profound hypothermia works, and delayed resuscitation can give a victim one more chance at survival. EPR stands for Emergency Preservation and Resuscitation, and following failed CPR has the potential to provide a trauma or cardiac arrest victim an alternative to failed CPR and one more chance at survival. Based on our monitoring of the emergency medical field, FDA approvals, and close contact with leading trauma surgeons, no other company works in this emergency medical market space currently. and the EPR human clinical trial is the only FDA-approved clinical trial of its kind. It's important to note that EPR's profound hypothermia, 10 degrees centigrade, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, must not be confused with mild hypothermia, 33 degrees centigrade, 91 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a totally different medical intervention used in comatose survivors of serious heart attacks. For mild hypothermia, there are several manufacturers of equipment used for mild cooling, not at all usable for rapid profound hypothermia. EPR-Technologies and rapid profound hypothermia have no competitors in the emergency medical market. We plan to commercialize our unique products, techniques, services, and training needed to make EPR the standard of care when CPR fails. Own a piece of the future for emergency medicine to save the lives of precious loved ones. Thank you.